Okay, we will study about quadratic function today. Identify the vertex, axis of symmetry, maximum or minimum, domain and range of each function. So the vertex form for the quadratic function, if I just write it, fx equal to a x minus h to the square plus k, and the vertex from here will be hk. Look at this one. X minus h comes out as a h and k as a k. And a value, if it's a greater than 0, the graph is open upward. If a value is less than 0, the graph is open downward. So the graph is open upward, then the graph will have a minimum value. And the graph is open downward, the graph has a maximum value. And or quadratic function domain will be all real number, which is a negative infinity to infinity. The range, it depends on if it has a minimum, then from the minimum to the infinity. If it has a maximum, then it will be from negative infinity to the maximum value. So from number 1, a value 4 is a positive, then the graph is open upward, and then the vertex will be x plus 2 to the square minus 6 will be negative 2 and negative 6 as a vertex. This is a vertex. And then x value for the vertex, this one right here, x equal to negative 2 will be an axis of symmetry. And since the graph is open upward, this value, y value, will be the minimum. Minimum as negative 6, and domain will be all real number. Range will be, since it has a minimum negative 6 should be included, so bracket with a negative 6 to the infinity. That's what I do. And for number 2, a value is a negative 1, so which is negative, it's open downward, will have a maximum. And the vertex will be 3 and 2, and x value represent axis of symmetry, which is x equal to 3. You always have to express as a equation for the axis of symmetry. And the graph has a maximum as a y value 2. And domain will be all real number, negative infinity to infinity. Range will be, since it's a maximum, from negative infinity to 2 included. That's what I do. And then number 3, a value is a 10, which is a positive. So it will be open upward, has a minimum value. And vertex will be 1 and 5. So axis of symmetry will be x value, x equal to 1. And that y value represent either maximum or minimum. Since this graph is open upward, will give you a minimum value. Minimum as a y value 5. And then domain will be negative infinity to infinity. Range will be, since it's a minimum value, starting from minimum value to the infinity. That's what I do. And then if they ask you to graph it, first I will start with the parent function y equal to x squared with a table x, y, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, negative 2 to the square, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4. And look at this one. The first negative will be reflecting over x-axis, and 3 means vertical stretch. So those negative 3 whole value will affect the y value, and x minus 2 means it moved 2 to the right. And then plus 6 means up 6. So from here, the negative 3 value will be affecting to the y value. And then plus 6 also move up 6 means affecting to the y value. So new y value then you have to do will be negative 3 you multiply to the y, and then you have to add a 6. That's a new y value. And then x value, it moved 2 to the right means you have to add 2 to the right, add 2 to the x. So new x value, 0, you add 2, 2, 3, 4, and then negative 3 times 4, negative 12 plus 6, negative 6, negative 3 times 1, negative 3 plus 6, 3, negative 3 times 0, 0 plus 6 will be 6, and negative 3 times 1, negative 3 plus 6 will be 3, so it will be 3 and negative 6, and this one was the original vertex. So I'm going to draw original parent function with the red color. I start with the red first. So negative 1 with a 1, 1 with a 1, negative 2 with a 4, and then 2 with a 4. The graph looks like this and this. And then new function becomes, the new vertex is a 2 and 6, and 2 and 6 here. And then 1, 3, 1, 3, and 3, 3, and then 0, negative 6, 2, 4, 6, and then another one, negative 6, and the graph looks like this way. That's how the graph looks like. And this one, I start with the transformation from the parent function, but if I try to see what is a vertex for the next problem, I will just find the vertex as a negative 1 and negative 5, and I will draw axis of symmetry as a x equal to negative 1, and x equal to negative 1 as a axis of symmetry here, and I got the vertex as a negative 1, negative 5, negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 5 here, and try to find one of the points to the right side or left side. I will try to plug it in what value of x, try to find the coordinate. So 1 over 2 with a 0 plus 1 to the square minus 5, then 1 over 2 minus 5, which is a negative 4 and half. So 0, negative 4 and half here, then reflecting points here. You can draw. And then try to plug it in 1 to the right side, one more point. So 1 over 2 with a 1 plus 1 to the square minus 5. So 2 to the square, which is a 4. 2 minus 5 equal to negative 3. So 1 with a negative 3, 1 with a negative 3 here. And then reflecting points, it goes to 2 from the axis of symmetry. You go 2 to the left from axis of symmetry. And I'm trying to erase those things. Okay. So here and here, so you can graph it like this. That's another way to graph. And from the graph, if you need to find the vertex form, I need to find the vertex first. Vertex as a 2, 1, and then 1 point given as a 0, 9. And I will start from the vertex form ax minus h to the square plus k. So y equal to ax minus 2, because the vertex is a 2 and 1, 2 square plus 1, and I plug it in, x as a 0, y as a 9, so 9 equal to x as a 0, then negative 2 to the square first, which is a 4, so give you 4a plus 1 equal to 9, and you subtract 1, 8 equal to 4a, and divide by 4, so a value is a 2. So the equation for satisfying this graph will be y equal to 2, x minus 2 to the square plus 1. That's the equation. And for this one too, the vertex will be negative 5 and 4. And new point, the 1 point will be negative 2 and 1. So start from vertex form, y equal to a, x opposite side plus 5 to the square plus 4, and then you plug it in. X as a negative 2, y as a 1, so 1 equal to a, negative 2 plus 5 to the square plus 4. You subtract 4 first. Negative 3 equal to 8 times inside 3 to the square. You have to do square first. Some students are doing 3 times a first and then square. No, that's not correct. No, you cannot do that. You have to do exponent first, which is 3 square, which is a 9a equal to negative 3. and you divide by 9 on both, so a value will be given negative 1/3, and you rewrite by plugging in a value as a negative 1/3. Negative 1/3 with a x plus 5 to the square plus 4 will satisfy the equation from the given graph.